see if he can make a big play here. Dracovic under pressure, and he loses the football.
Took the ball
what an
away.
unbelievable play. What a play by Weaver. That is an unbelievable play to make the sack and steal the football away and get it back to his offense.
Welcome back to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside Pat Bostick. I'm Rob King of AT&T Sportsnet. We heard Coach talking earlier with Casey Garrow about the loss, obviously heartbreaking loss for the Panthers. Some positives we want to look at. Servassier Dennis makes his first start at linebacker.
He was terrific, Rob. I mean, he's replacing Cam Wright, who played awesome all year long. And you're worried about, replacing a veteran guy. Cam Wright's a 2-year starter. And Servassier Dennis just stepped in there, and there was no drop-off whatsoever. He struck people beyond the line of scrimmage, 4.5 TFLs, a sack and a half. We've grown accustomed to seeing him on third down, kind of the ringleader of that third down package, directing traffic up front. I think he proved in this game he can play all three positions and on all 4 downs.
Meanwhile, Patrick Jones, 3 sacks in this game.
Yeah, he's big time. I mean, those 2 ends are big time guys. They had 6 sacks on Phil Dracovic, affected him all day long. Makes his performance look even better in my opinion. But Patrick Jones is a guy that's going to get picked high in the NFL draft. It's his second game with 3 sacks this season. He's the dynamic force. He pushes guys back into the quarterback. It's amazing to see how far he's come in 3 years. He was a guy that couldn't avoid a penalty in his first season in 2018, 2017 too. And this year he had just turned into a monster coming off of a great 2019.
Last week we talked about DJ Turner as a wide receiver filling in for Addison, who had another strong game as far as catching. Had a couple drops in the game, but I want to talk about DJ Turner as a return guy because he made a couple of really nice returns in this game.
Yeah, really, it's the second consecutive week he's had a nice return. I mean, he set Pitt up in great field position. He's been a dependable receiver. What's impressed me most is the guy's only been here like 5 weeks, and he's continued to progress as a member of the offense. And then you contribute on special teams. There's a mental part of this, right, to being on the same page, to understanding the schemes and philosophies, and then going out there and executing. He's been dependable, and he'll continue to be a big part of this offense and also on special teams.
And we talk about Turner on offense and Addison, who we just mentioned, the freshman who's been sensational, obviously. Mack, Shockey Louis, all the wide receivers. There should be enough weapons here because they're going to really be tested about Miami, who we're going to talk about in a moment. But there should be enough weapons here on the outside for the Panthers to be able to make some.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Kenny Pickett's got a bevy of talent out there. And you look at how young they are, too, in a lot of spots. I mean, Taysier Mack's a veteran. He's proven. Turner's a veteran. But Addison, obviously Shockey, Jacques Louis, Jerry Wayne, Jalen Barden's a freshman that can do a lot, that has great speed. These guys are only going to continue to get better, really playing their first significant snaps as Panthers. But I like what they have. They're going to get tested for the second straight week, though, you mentioned against Miami with press man coverage. Boston College, I thought, did a great job. That's Jeff Hafley's MO. Get in your face, press you. And there were a lot of contested throws and contested catches opportunities that the Panthers, they made a couple and they missed a couple that could have been a difference in the game.
Well, Kenny Pickett did have some time to throw in this game, which is nice because the Panthers had to reshuffle the offensive line. Morrissey, you had moving all ACC guy from center out of position to guard. What did you think of the way that all transpired for the Panthers?
I thought Owen Drexel did a great job, Rob. I thought he did a good job at center in his first career start. There were no snap problems. There were no false start problems that were on the center when you get a little bit of delayed snap on the cadence. And Jimmy Morrissey was plug and play at right guard. I mean, you saw him directing traffic, helping Drexel out, and I can imagine for a center making his first career start, it's nice to have the guy you played behind next to you, as opposed to on the sideline or somewhere else. So Jimmy was an asset to Owen, and I thought Owen acquitted himself nicely in his first real game.
Interesting Miami team. We know they've got talent. We know they're a program that appears to be on the rise. However, they went into Clemson and really got knocked on their wallet. I mean, they got smacked in this game. They did block 3 field goals, return 1 for a touchdown. But how is this Miami team going to react, do you think, mentally? You're going against the champs. You're going against the top team in the ACC. You fall flat. Does that make them angry this week, or does it make them maybe a little bit of a letdown facing the Panthers?
I think they're an angry football team. I think they're different this year than they have been in the past because they have De'Aaron King, their quarterback. I mean, this guy makes plays all over the place. He scampered for a few big first downs and big gains against Clemson. He could throw it better than I thought. He really showed that against Louisville. I thought he tore them apart. It's interesting, though. I'm not sure they're the defensive juggernaut they were in the past. They've given up some yards this season. Louisville put 511 on them, rushing in the football and throwing the football. So they depend on that offense, and Rhett Lashley, their new offensive coordinator, they run a lot of plays. I mean, they are at the line of scrimmage, 15 seconds or less, that ball's getting snapped. So I think Manny Diaz and this team, they're going from week to week not feeling like they have to hold a team to 14 points to win. They feel like they have a quarterback in De'Aaron King and some talent around him. Brevin Jordan at tight end. Obviously, at receiver, they've got a bunch of talent out there between Higgins and Harley and that group. They feel like they can score points. And that's what's made this team, I think, take a step this year. They went out, they addressed their offensive deficiencies, and it's shown on tape less one game.
And big stress for the defense. If we saw what Phil Jurkovec could do with his legs, ran for a couple of crucial big plays and first down for Boston College this week. And D'Eriq King is a guy who hadn't turned the ball over until he faced Clemson. So he takes care of the ball, but he can throw the ball and beat you with his legs.
He can. I mean, he's not 6'5" like Phil Jurkovec. So this is one of those games where I thought a key to the game against Boston College was keep Jurkovec in the pocket, make him throw from the pocket under duress to beat you. This game might be different. It might be keep D'Eriq King in the pocket, don't let him out of there, and get your hands up and knock some balls down. That was one of the things. You go back to the 2017 win against Miami. I thought they did a great job in that game, getting their hands up to the line of scrimmage, deflecting passes, turning those into turnovers. So critical to this game, number one, first priority, keep number one quarterback D'Eriq King in the pocket. Do not let him beat you with his feet. Make him beat you with his arm.
Well, it looks like Clemson's still the team to beat in the ACC, and a crucial game here for the Panthers coming up against Miami. Pat, thanks very much. Look forward to your call.
Thank you, Rob.
All right, stick around. We're going to profile senior Rashad Weaver when we resume on Pitt Beyond the Script.
Spare money don't make no money. Come on.